Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm going to do a quick refashion of this jeans that I got on sale for $10. I pulled it out of a bin with everything costing $9.90 something, so let's just round that off to 10 bucks. Now as you can see it's super big, super baggy. There are some really cool huge pockets. It's drawstring at the bottom and it also cannot go up. Oh my goodness, I'm not even gonna try, but okay, that's as far as it could go right here. That's it, it's not gonna go any further. So I'm gonna refashion this into a cute skirt, and I'm also gonna utilize these big pockets. I'm actually going to seam rip them out and probably use them as an accessory. So let's get into it. Okay, so I am outside today and I removed the cargo pockets. I have plans for that, and I accidentally ripped the pants when removing the pockets. Anyway, so now I am going to just fold like I always do, and I'm going to give it a cut to be on the safe side. So this is my crotch area here. I'm going to go down a bit away from there, right under the line, and I'm going to cut my length. Now that I cut, if it's too long after I created it, I can always go back in and cut it. Now because I'm turning this into a skirt, I'm going to do the usual and cut along the inseam line right there and open out the pant. Now that I created my cut, now that I've cut it, I am going to stitch, and as always, as you can see, there's the crotch curve. I don't want this curve, my line has to be straight, so I'm just going to continue my stitch going all the way down this way, and I'm going to do that for both crotch ends. So this is my other crotch end, and again, because of the curve, I don't want that. I'm just going to follow from under the zipper area to the front, and I'm just going to go down with a straight line and create my skirt and come back for the next step. Alright, so I have my skirts. Right, now I had my daughter try it on, and it's still a bit too long, so I'm going to just give it a good cut again, so it could be at the length that she wants it to be. So I'm gonna cut right below where I have this rip. And it's a jeans, so I'm not gonna just make this even here. Ends are not even in front. And because it's a denim, I am not going to hem the raw edges. I'm gonna leave it, and over time it will distress on its own. So I'm not gonna do anything about that. So here we are. So far this is the skirt. Well, actually that's it right there for the skirt. But I'm gonna do one more thing to it. I'm gonna bleach it, and let me show you how I'm gonna do that. So I have a bowl here. I don't have a lot of bleach water mixed in it, and I'm going to just dip the bottom of the skirt into the bowl, and I'm just going to let it soak up. I'm gonna let this sit in here for like 3 minutes because it's already turning, but I want to just leave that, let it set a bit. So I'm gonna sew my bag together, and then I'm gonna come back and take this out, rinse it out, and just let it dry. Alright, onto the bag. Now because the pants had cargo pockets, I decided to make a bag out of them. A nice little bag that could probably just hold a cell phone, a small hand sanitizer bottle, and so forth. Now because it's very lightweight, I like to make sure when I'm making the bags that it has a little body. So I have a piece of leatherette here, and I'm gonna use this to make inner pieces for the bag. Alright, so now that I have my piece, I only have enough to make one padding, but that's alright, that will have to do. And what I'm going to do here right now is just open out, and then I'm going to place my pockets right side facing right side, and I'm also going to line them, make sure it's lined up, right? And all I'm going to do is just stitch all of this together. Just gonna take pins. This one I like to just use pins sometimes to make sure that everything is together. Okay, so here's a little bag. I used the flap from off the cargo pockets as well to be able to close and seal the bag. Now that I have the bag, it's time for me to create straps. So I'm going to use the scrap pieces. At first I was thinking of using the cord as the bag straps, but then I realized that the cords aren't too wholesome, and it's not going to hold anything in place, so I'm not gonna bother to use that. I'm just gonna cut open this extra piece. I think this piece should be enough for me to create a cross body bag strap. Get my chalk. Alright, so I'm going to use my ruler, gonna measure out try to use my ruler and get myself a bit of straps here. Bum. One of the disadvantages of being outside: the bugs, the breeze, the noise. All right. Hard on the chalk. 6, 9, and only 12. I'm gonna make 3-inch wide straps so that when I have 4 strips, which should be enough to give me a good length. What I'm gonna do is attach all 4 pieces, right? And once I have all 4 pieces attached, okay, so now that I have all 4 pieces attached, I have a very long strap. Okay, so it's gonna be long enough to do a nice crossbody bag. Once I attach them, I'm going to fold it in half and run a stitch down and turn it inside, right side out, to have my straps. And once I have my straps, I'm going to attach each end of the strap onto the sides of the bag, and voila, I'll have my bag. So I'm gonna get all that done and that'll be it. Alright, so this is where I'm at with the skirt. I have no idea what to do with it again. To me, this looks so boring, and it's for my 14-year-old daughter who is very artistic, very creative, and I just find that this doesn't truly reflect her. It just doesn't reflect her. So I'm gonna try to paint stuff on it, use the paint markers that I have to my disposal, and I'm gonna try and create some artwork on it to match her personality and to match her style. So wish me luck, guys. Okay, so this is where I am so far. Listen, I have not this is not my specialty, so you may be seeing some round discrepancies with the eyes and stuff like that. This is my first time. I don't know how I'm gonna execute it when it's time for me to start painting in, but I hope when it's time for me to start painting in, it looks a little better. But so far, this is where I've reached. Wish me luck. So just to make sure that the paint markers don't bleed through the fabric while I'm painting onto the back side of the skirt, I just put a piece of board underneath so that it doesn't bleed through and go onto the other fabric. The colors that I'm using right now is red, black for outlining, chocolate for the skin complexion. This is a kind of gold shade. I'm thinking to use this for her earrings. This is a yellow. I have no clue what I'm going to do with that. Alright guys, here is the finished look. Now I am no artist, but I find I didn't do too bad at all, if I do say so myself. What do you guys think? But this is a great example of showing you guys how you can refashion something without it being such an elaborate refashion. So you don't necessarily have to take a jeans and refashion it into a skirt, especially if that jeans is still fitting you well and in good condition. If you just want to give it a fresh, new, funky look, go in with a nice little bleach dye. And if that bleach dye isn't enough for you, go in with some fabric markers and just be creative. Remember when you were in primary school and you had arts and crafts? Heck, arts and crafts still lives on, baby. So just go in there, make sure whatever you're doing reflects who you are, and put a little thought into how you want to lay out your piece. So guys, I hope my refashion inspires you. Until next time, deuces.